And we are live. It's been a while, guys. It's been a long time since I did a live stream, man. It feels strange. It feels strange. But before I get into the content, I'm gonna wait until the people gather, and I actually want to make sure that you guys are hearing me because it's been a while since I did this, and I want to make sure the mic is working, that you're actually seeing me. So big up everybody tuning in. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know if you're hearing me. Let me know if it's clean and it's clear and crisp on your end. Because the last time I did this, I had actually hooked up to the wrong audio, but I think I double checked everything, and we should be working pretty good right now. So talk to me, guys. Hit me in the comments. Big up to Kevin. Big up Kevin. Ask me how I've been. I've been good. I've been making videos, man. So I've been good. Let me know. Let me know. Big up. Oh, man. Big up to the boy Marcel, man. Big up, Marcel. Appreciate you coming through. Let me know, Marcel. You've been around long enough, so let me know if the audio is good. I know the video is good because I checked the video already. The video is good. It's good. It's good. I know. So let me know if the audio is good though. Big up Steve. Steve, how are you, man? Steve has been around a long time, man. So Steve said the audio is good. Marcel, Dom, haven't been live in a minute. Bless up, salute. My guys, salute every time. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Marcel. Let me know. Let me know if the audio is good, Marcel. Marcel, talk to me. I know Steve said it's good, but if you're in here right now, talk to me. Let me know if the audio is good before I move forward with this week's Premier League reaction. Match week 24. Your boy is back live. I've been lazy, man. Guys, I'm telling you, I've been lazy. I need to start taking some more time out and dedicate some more time to the channel because I could get up sometimes I could get up early in the morning and just come down here and I could have a little segment lined up, things I want to talk about, and just talk about them. This is what YouTube is all about, you know what I mean? You can't really overthink things too much and just find some topics in the football world and talk about it. I feel like I've been watching football, I've been following football news, but I feel so out of touch sometimes, I haven't been really checking out international football. I have to start doing some more international football, and basically catch up, you know what I mean? Catch up with the other leagues as well. Stay up to date with the players. I've been seeing so many players transfers and all of that. I'm like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? So big up everybody in the house. It's your boy Dom. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk the Premier League matches. We got 10 matches to talk about. Guys, I don't plan to be super long, but I want to make sure I'm consistent and I keep doing this every single week in, week out. And I promise you guys more content, but I've been procrastinating, man. You know what I mean? But today I said, you know what? I was already stepping outside to go in the van. I was going in the van to make the video. But I'm like, you know what, man? Let me go live. Let me go live today. Let me go live. So, guys, let's talk about this game. Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. I was actually watching the game, and I fell asleep. I woke up when Chelsea scored their first goal, and then they scored another, and they held on to a narrow 2-1 win. I think I predicted a draw. I left my book in the van, so I can't really reference to my predictions right now, but it's not important. Chelsea won the game 2-1. They needed this win because they haven't been in great form as of late. So Jared Bowen, back from injury in the 42nd minute, scored for West Ham under new management of former Chelsea manager Graham Potter. So this must have been a really good reunion for him back at Stamford Bridge at a club, that hired him and sacked him in a jiffy. Pedro Neto, acquired from Wolves, 64th minute goal. Very good goal from a tight angle to the ball, came out to him, kindly came out to him. And then Wan-Bissaka in the 74th minute, own goal. So, yeah, Chelsea been sending out a lot of players on loan. They've been really trying to get their combination right. But I think it's been a decent season for Chelsea. So you can see the stats here, guys. 22 shots, 3 on target for Chelsea. I think they could be a lot better, more clinical. It's a lot of opportunities created and not, enough shots on target. West Ham 14, 5 on target. They only had 32% of the ball compared to Chelsea 68%. So not going to dig too deep into the stats here. But Chelsea move up to 4th above Manchester City. And for West Ham, they're 15th, 27 points. They should be fine, though, but they have not been in good form. Only 1 win and a draw across the last 5. As for Chelsea, this is only their 2nd win across the last 5 matches. So, guys, as I'm not sure if you realize, but the top 5, we need to stop talking about top 4. Top 4 is a thing of the past. Big up to the boy AD. Big up AD. Appreciate you coming through, man. Big up to 116. Big up Kevin Pierce. What do I think of City's transfer market? I think City had a fairly great transfer market in terms of acquisitions. City spent over 200 million. I don't know if you guys realize. 2 defenders, a midfielder, and an attacker. I don't think the player from that they bought, the Juma Ba defender they bought from somewhere in the Spanish league, I don't think he counts because he's more of a City group signing. So, big up Adeboye. Excuse me. Big up yourself, man. So, yeah. I was thinking that Chelsea was in the title race, but yeah, they're not in the title race anymore, man. So, 116, Dominic, do you still watch football? Thought you would quit after that awful performance against Arsenal. Listen, I'm definitely not watching the highlights for that game. That I know. I'm not watching the highlights for that game at all, man. So, England have a good coefficient this year, so top 5 will be Champions League. Yep. So, AD saying that right back is still a concern for Man City. I know, man. We do have Rico Lewis. He's a right back by trade, but I guess Pep doesn't trust him like that anymore. Rico Lewis isn't that great of a defender, though. He's a good utility player. He pops up everywhere, but not a great defender. I don't know why we didn't go in for a right back, man. We lost the right back. We should have gone in for a right back. But maybe one of these youngsters are going to play right back, whether it's Reese or whether it's Kusanov. I don't know, but they're not right backs. So big up to Michael Mueller. How will Champions League spots work if somehow Villa win the Champions League and finish outside the top 4? Maybe an English side also wins the Europa. Then what? In that instance, I think what happens, I think they still only get 5 places. I think they only get 5 places still, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe they get 6. Maybe they get 6. Maybe they get 6, and the team that finish 5th and 4th miss out. I think that's the way it works. You see AD saying, I think 6 max. So yeah. So if you see a situation where 2 teams win the Europa League, one win the Europa League, one win the Champions League, but none of them place top 5, I think one of the teams that plays top 5 is going to miss out and go into the Europa League. Something like that. But big up everybody in here, man. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button for the stream. Your boy is back live streaming, and I'm doing it seamlessly because I've done probably hundreds of live streams in the past. So, yeah, Chelsea are 4th, West Ham, they're 15th, but both the teams, West Ham should be fine. They should survive and, look to continue doing West Ham things. Maybe next season, try to get back into Europe. But for Chelsea, they would definitely want to fight for top 5. And they would want to Chelsea should, the way they're playing, they should win the Conference League. If you don't win the Conference League, there's something wrong. Something definitely wrong. So with that being said, guys, any does anyone have anything to add in the comments in terms of this game? Let me know anything you want to add that I may have missed. Just add it in the comments. And while you're doing that, let's run through the insights really quick. Chelsea have won a Premier League game at Stamford Bridge in which they've trailed at halftime for the first time since December 2013 against Southampton, 3-1. With this, the 18th game since 2 draws and 15 losses since when they trail at halftime. So very good comeback there. Only Man City with 17 and Newcastle with 15, Liverpool with 14 have won more Premier League points this season from losing positions than Chelsea with 13. Comeback kings. West Ham have lost 4 of their last 6 Premier League games, winning 1 and drawing 1, as many as in their prior 13 in the competition, winning 5, drawing 4, while they have only won 1 of their last 8 London derbies in the top flight, drawing 2 and losing 5. Not very good there. So let me see what you guys are actually saying in the comments. I think I need a new mouse. My mouse is kind of lazy. My mouse is moving really lazy though. So Antoine Eugene. Chelsea has to fight for top 5 for Champions League money. Otherwise, they will be in big trouble with the PSR. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Yo, Dom, I think City is building for the future. I think it's a transition. It's definitely a transition because you could see the age of the players and just replacing some of the players who are leaving and could potentially leave in the future. So with that being said, guys, let's move on. Definitely move on to the next game. And let me see. Full match schedule. Let's talk this one. Got 10 games. Let's talk. You know what I mean? I don't want to be here super long, but I gotta eat. I got some food upstairs I gotta eat, and I gotta rest up for work tomorrow. So Forest 7, Brighton 0. This was really weird because I predicted a Brighton win. And Forest, who are coming off of a 5-0 loss, won the game 7-0. Like, this was like, I'm like, the Premier League just does not fail to, pop up with these weird results, man. Seriously. And I saw a meme or a picture where Brighton, it was Brighton, Forest, and Bournemouth. I think Forest beat Brighton 7-0. Bournemouth beat Forest 5-0, and Brighton beat Bournemouth, I think. Let me double check Brighton's matches. I think Brighton did beat Bournemouth. Let me see if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Brighton beat Bournemouth 2-1. You see? So it's just some weird results, man. You know what I mean? Just it's very difficult. I know sometimes people probably be like, yo, damn, I know you're doing your predictions, but you don't know what you're doing. Bam, bam, bam. Your predictions are way off. Listen, man, predicting Premier League matches ain't easy. It's not. But in this game, we had a Lewis Dunk own goal in the 12th minute. Morgan Gibbs-White a header in the 25th. Chris Wood smashing in a hat-trick in the 32nd, 64th, and 69th minute. Nico Williams blasting one in the 89th, and Jota Silva off the bench in the 91st. Brighton failed to reply. What a freaking performance by Nottingham Forest. It would be nice to see them get Champions League football. I think at the stage they're in right now, with only 14 matches to go, they should just start, keep up these performances so that they could at least get into Europe, at least the Europa League, because maybe one of these teams might make a late surge and surpass them, or they might go through a slump. But, I thought after the 5-0 loss that they were going to lose this game against Brighton, but seems like that was just a one-off, man. The 14 shots, 9 on target, very clinical. Only 37% of the ball. They allowed Brighton to play with the ball, and, they caught them on the counter. Forest, you got to give Forest a lot of credit, guys, for their recruitment. And I miss having doing the live streams where I can bring up the players and I could bring up the graphics and everything, and it gives me, more of an opportunity to, you know, elaborate and really show you what I mean, because doing the videos when I do them in the van, it's more me just talking and giving my thoughts straight off the dome. But with this now, I have more resources where I could really break things down the way I want to break things down. You got to give these guys a lot of credit for their recruitment, because they had signed a lot of players and then they trimmed the squad. They kept bringing in more. And these are players that a lot of other teams didn't really think about going in for. They took Ilanga from Man United, and look at the way look at how Man United are performing now, and look at what Ilanga is doing in a Forest system. They also have Callum Hudson-Odoi. He did not feature from the start. I think he probably injured, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, he's injured right now. But they look at the players that they took and brought into the squad, and they just trimmed it and refined it, and they're doing well. They're doing well, man. Danilo back from injury. Nice to see. He was really promising before the injury. Morgan Gibbs-White, Wolfsman, quality player. Chris Wood was at Burnley and then Newcastle. Chris Wood, it's like Chris Wood is not aging. How old was Chris Wood when he was at freaking Burnley? Was he like, Chris Wood was like 23? You know what I'm saying? Like, Chris Wood has an old face, man. Taking Nico Williams from Liverpool, Ola Aina. I think he used to be a Fulham player, if I'm not mistaken. And then Morato. I think Morato came from the Red Bull system. Might be Leipzig. I think he came in from the one in Austria. What is that one called again? Salzburg, yeah. I think that's where Morata came from. I'm remembering these things from my FIFA days. I don't play FIFA anymore because I've been doing like different things with my time. But listen, just to wrap things up, Fabian Hutzler and Brighton got their ass whooped. Not that they didn't have moments in the game where they could have scored or they looked promising, but they got slapped up, man. And kudos to Forest. It's nice to see. It's really refreshing. I like when teams are punching above their weight and they're doing well. So big up to Forest. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Antoine is saying the Premier League is weird this year. No one is consistent. Steve, Forest and Bournemouth plus Fulham overachieving. Michael, Antoine, Liverpool is pretty consistent. Yeah, Liverpool is definitely consistent. Definitely. Antoine said, I think Forest will make it to the top 5. Yeah, they're playing. They've been really consistent, man. And I would definitely like to see them finish top 5. Yeah, so I know my wife knows that I'm down here doing this stream, and she's sending me memes on Instagram, trying to distract me, you know what I mean? Marcel said Brighton got that Man United treatment. Listen, Man United's getting the treatment from everybody, man. Everybody. It's like anybody could go to Old Trafford and slap Man United. It's just that simple. I can't put it any other way. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, man. The only thing that Man United have is their legacy. Nothing else, man. The team is just a terrible. It's just poor performances week in, week out. It doesn't matter who they hire. It doesn't matter who they sign. It's just, I don't know, man. Just terrible performances after terrible performances. So they have just lost their fear factor. And I hope this does not happen to Manchester City, man, because what's going on this season is like, God damn. I hope this is not signs of things to come. Anyways, guys, let's move on. Definitely, in terms of the stats here, Forest a third, 47 points. God damn, Forest doing the goddamn thing. And for Brighton, They're 10th, 34 points. 2 losses on the bounce there. But Brighton will be okay, man. You know what I mean? They'll be fine. So with that being said, guys, let me drop some insights before I move on. Nottingham Forest are only the second side in Premier League history to lose a game by 5+ goals, 5-0 versus Bournemouth last weekend, and then follow it up by immediately winning their next game in the competition by 5+ goals after Sheffield Wednesday in November of 1997. A 6-1 loss to Man United, and they bounced back to beat Bolton Wanderers 5-0. Nottingham Forest secured their biggest league victory in any division since beating Chelsea 7-0 at the City Ground in the top flight back in 1991. April 1991 to be exact. Meanwhile, this was Brighton's heaviest league defeat since a 9-0 loss at Middlesbrough on the opening day of the 1958-59 season in the second tier. Chris Wood became the first Nottingham Forest player to score a top-flight hat-trick at the City Ground since Nigel Clough against QPR in December of 1987, the year your boy was born. Guys, I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. Back in 2017, when I first started doing this, I was 30 years old. 30. Guys, I'm almost 40 years old. God damn, I've been doing this for a while. 2017 to now is quite a few seasons, guys. Do your maths. It's a lot of seasons. It's a lot of, you want to know how many seasons that is since I've been doing this? If you don't know, you see what I'm saying? Look at this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I started for this season, 9 seasons. 9 seasons I've been doing this thing for, guys. So when you see me taking a break, you know, not making the videos the way I used to make them, you know, it's because I'm tired. I've been doing this a long time. You see what I mean? I've been doing this a long time. So I put a lot of effort into this channel to help it get to where it's at right now. So, and there's still a lot of potential, but a lot of you guys might think there's a lot of money in this. There's not a lot of money in this. You have to actually live doing this. This is the only thing you gotta be doing if you want to make money. You gotta just forget about everything else and do this and do it hard and go hard. You know, that's the only how you're gonna make money doing this. You know, or if you're extremely lucky and you talk about the right things and you put time into it, you'll make some money. But I don't think and then you have a fan base that's actually giving you money, you know, then you'll make money. But I don't have that type of fan base. My fan base never was a fan base, never was a super generous fan base. I did get, you know, donations and stuff, but not very generous. It's okay though. I'm not gonna hold that against you guys. It's all good. So let's keep it moving, man. We still got quite a bit of games to talk about, but we're not gonna spend long on every game. Newcastle 1, Fulham 2. Did not predict this, and you gotta give it to Fulham. They're also punching above their weight this season, and they came back from behind to win this game. Jacob Murphy, a really good goal in the 37th. He's having a great season. Then Raul Jimenez. That was a weird goal, though. You know what I mean? That was a weird goal in the 61st. And then Rodrigo Muniz with another cheeky goal in the 82nd minute. Muniz is a clutch player off the bench. Whenever, you know, Marco Silva starts him, he's not the same player. It's just like John Duran. And it's, you know, talking about John Duran, it's just so sad to see these players come, do well in the league, and then they go to Saudi Arabia. Just because it's a big payday, and if you're telling me you're going to Saudi Arabia just solely on a football basis, you're lying. It's because of the money. You know? It's like if a company from Saudi Arabia say, yo, Dom, you know, I see you work at the airport, you work on these trucks, and, you know, bam, 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 you work for the fueling company. So come over here and work for this fueling company in Saudi Arabia. We're going to quadruple your salary. And I'd be like, whoa, that's a no-brainer. Not that I want to go to Saudi Arabia, but I'm like, you know what? This would do good. This would set me up good. I go over there, do this thing for 5 years, and pay off my house, pay off all my debt, and maybe buy another property or two. You know, 'cause that's it's the only way I see these players going to Saudi Arabia, because I don't know. I don't know. I can't see myself watching the Saudi League. I never say never, but still, I haven't watched it yet. It's just like the Chinese Super League. I never watched it. And, you know, I don't care who goes. I don't even watch the MLS. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch the MLS. You know what I mean? It's like, why? Like, for real, why? Why watch the MLS? Why waste your time? I know, listen, I know it sounds kind of funny, but why? Why watch it when you can watch the Premier League or La Liga? You know what I mean? Or the Italian league. I'm just saying, man. I don't mean to come off like that, but, you know, it is what it is. So, big win for Fulham. You know, they needed that win. They haven't been in great form. You could check the form table right here. It's only their second win there in the last 5 games to go up to 36 points. As for Newcastle, they were really consistent. They went like, I think, 10 games without a loss. I think 10 wins in a row or something like that. Something like that. And then suffered 2 defeats recently. But they're still up there. They're still fighting for Champions League places or European places. And I think Eddie Howe and his men has, you know, had a very, very good season. You know, despite a few hiccups at the beginning, at the start of the season, I should say. So, Fulham 9th, Newcastle 6th. And not many teams go to Tyneside and play well. St. James's Park is very intimidating, so you got to give Fulham a whole lot of credit here. I know there's a lot of things during the games that I may not, you know, I'm not really talking about, but, you know, going forward, I'm going to actually start taking notes and write down things I want to talk about when it comes to the specific matches. Maybe I want to start building this thing again, you know what I mean? Definitely build up this thing and give you guys some quality content like I used to give you. You know, give you guys that detail. You know, I used to go into detail and, you know what I mean? I need to do that again. But I need to dedicate like a special day that I do my live streams. I don't want to go crazy and I'm just doing live stream after live stream after live stream when I could be out there making loads of money. You see what I'm saying? So it's just about time management and, you know, creating some balance to do the things that you like to do. Like I haven't been playing FIFA. My PS5 is over there collecting dust. You see? I need to start coming down here and just say, okay, let me take an hour of FIFA, 2 hours of FIFA. You know? I probably have, I don't know, probably have FIFA, I don't know. I never bought the FC games. I probably have FIFA 22 or something. I don't even know. It's been that long. Maybe 23. But anyways, Marcel said not every player has a passion for football. They're just in it for the money. Steve is saying stupid decision. Duran just want to play with Laporte, Mane, and CR7. MLS is dead. I'm not going to say it's dead. I've seen its development and stuff like that. A lot of players, you know, going to the MLS because there's money there. But in terms of me, like, really watching it and, like, trying to go to a game, excuse me, I could go watch football games here, but why? Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got nothing better to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Anyways, Marcel, St. James's Park is supposed to be a fortress, but teams are going there and getting 3 points as of late, for sure. MLS and the Saudi League will never be like the top 5 leagues. Indeed, indeed. Newcastle better not bottle that 2-0 lead against Arsenal in the League Cup. Very, very good point there, Marcel. The Arsenal got their tails up right now, and they think they're invincible. They think that they're invincible right now. Anyways, we're going to leave that, and we're going to keep it moving. So, the next match, let me see. The next match, Everton Leicester. 4-0 to Everton over Leicester. David Moyes back at the club. I know a lot of us were looking at the signing of David Moyes and looking at it as a backward move. But now you can see that the new owners did the safe thing, you know, and they did the right thing in retrospect, because think about this. Everton are moving into their new stadium, right? I think they're moving there very soon, if I'm not mistaken. This might be definitely the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. You know, bam, Goodison Park. I've been hearing that they're gonna move pretty soon. So if we go to this game, is it scheduled at Goodison Park? Yeah, I think they're gonna play out the season. It seems as if they're gonna play out the season at Goodison Park, and then they're gonna actually move into their new stadium. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. But yeah, and you can see the news here. Everton transferred. The Carlos Alcaraz signs after deal sheet. I think he was a Southampton player, Carlos Alcaraz. So nothing special though, in my opinion. But you never know. Players evolve and they mature. So yeah. All right, now this thing is frozen. All right, let's go back to this game right here. So, as I was saying, Everton, right? Was it the right thing to sack Sean Dyche? I don't think so. I think Dyche was doing a pretty good job, an okay job, I should say, at the club. He came in and he kind of saved them from relegation. And it's a cutthroat business. You see what I'm saying? There's, you know, I could go as far as to say that there's no friends in this business, because it doesn't matter how long you've been at a club, you could still get the sack. You see what I'm saying? You could see how players are forcing moves out of clubs they've been at for a long time. And when Everton sacked Sean Dyche, hiring David Moyes it looked like a backward move. But as I said, this team want to be in the Premier League next season when they move into their new stadium. They have a lot of recouping to do in terms of the money they spent, and that must be a great. The stadium must be better than the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, because it's newer. It could, you know, they could have gone to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and say, let's see what we could improve. Let's see what we could have here that they don't have here. So that is crazy that Everton's going to be in a stadium like that. So they want to secure the Premier League status. And look at this. David Moyes with 3 consecutive wins. This is not Everton stuff. Everton does not do this in recent seasons. You see what I mean? This is not something that they do. If we go back and we check the seasons really quick, right? We check last season, Everton. You got to go down to 15, 40 points, barely survive. You go to the previous season, 22-23, Everton, 17th, 36 points, barely survive. You see what I mean? I think they did better that season there. Nope, 16th, 39 points, right? And could we go far back? 2020, 21? This was the COVID season, right? One of them, yeah. They placed 10th. That was decent. So from I think they were decent this year too. Yeah. So because you remember they had like Carlo Ancelotti at the club and all of that. I think since they hired Frank Lampard, things just went downhill. You know. So for the last 3 seasons, Everton, their Premier League status have been hanging by a thread. So David Moyes coming in and picking up 3 back-to-back wins, you got to give him a lot of credit there, man. He was doing big things at Everton back in the days, taking them to Champions League and all of that, you know what I mean? So they were one of the better Premier League clubs, but they just didn't win things, but they were one of the better clubs. Doucouré in the first minute, hot off the press. Beto. Guys, Beto has not done well since he signed for Everton, but look, the man played well in this game. bagged a brace. And Iliman Ndiaye, the Senegalese, came over from French football. He was at Sheffield United first, from what I could recall. And then, bam, Everton signed him up. And he's been doing well, man. 4-0. Leicester in the mud. They're in the mud. They're coming off of a win against Spurs, but they've lost, I think, 8 of their last 9 matches. The relegation battle is a very interesting one. It is. Because you check the standings, right? Leicester, they are still like, there's still hope because there are 4 teams in the relegation scrap right now. Everton, West Ham, Spurs, Man United, they're going to be okay, in my opinion. But that 9 points that Everton just picked up, this could be the period right there that saved their season. That is massive. In that same period, Ipswich picked up none. Southampton only picked up 3. Leicester picked up 3. And Wolves picked up 3. So that right there catapulted Everton into safety. And I think they'll be all right going into the next season. I couldn't have said it any better, guys. And let me just put it this way. If Leicester, Ipswich, and Southampton all go back down, I would care less. Seriously. Because Southampton and Leicester are definitely guilty of selling off their better players. They cashed in. But I don't think you could even blame them. Because when you have an N'Golo Kante, you can't keep a player like that. But also, it depends on the player. Because look at Jamie Vardy. Vardy could have gone on to play. I think Jamie Vardy, if he was really ambitious in terms of where he wanted to play, he probably could have ended up at Bayern Munich. I'm just saying that because you could see the players that's going to Bayern Munich. If he wanted to, at his heights, Jamie Vardy, I'm not going to say anything ridiculous, but he could have gone on to play for Arsenal. Remember, Arsenal went in for him? I'm just saying. But he stayed loyal to Leicester. Kante could have stayed loyal to Leicester. Mahrez could have stayed loyal to Leicester. Drinkwater, who went to Chelsea and flopped, he could have stayed loyal. And the list goes on. Wesley Fofana forced his move out. He could have stayed loyal. You know, the list goes on. I don't want to run a blank on these players right now because I'm kind of running a blank on these players right now. But guys like James Maddison, you see, Ben Chilwell, Harry Maguire. The list goes on, man. Leicester won the Premier League. And look at what they're dealing with right now. Sad. Sad. Big up to Everton. That's a massive win. And they're going to be all right. Let's keep it moving, man. Big up to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in right now and actually being a part of the show. Pacharo. Big up to Pacharo. Long time, admirer of the channel. Dom, do you think that Santi Jimenez will cook for Milan? The thing is, man, he's highly rated, and he's been he was playing in the Dutch league for a while, and it's nice to see him finally getting elevated into a more prestigious league, I should say, higher ranked league. I haven't really watched much of Santiago Jimenez, but and I don't really watch a Serie A like that because it seems like anybody could go to play over there right now. They're signing any and anybody right now. Some of the players they sign, I'm like, okay, this moves make no sense. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's my answer. Big up to the boy Robert Robinson, man. Big up to you from the days, man. Dominic Rich Gaming. Oh man, it seems like so long ago, man. We had so many chats. Big up, Robert, man. Nice to see you around these parts, man. Steve, Robert, Marcel, Lionheart Fitness. Big up yourself. These guys have been around, man. Big up to Eric. Big up to Eric. Kiambo, or Kiambo, however you say your last name. Beto is still rubbish, not a Premier League level in my opinion. Michael is saying, really wish we would have played Everton back when they were complete shit. Yeah, you're going to meet them when they're in form, man. Liverpool always, they struggle against Everton at Goodison Park. Always, man. Always. Yeah, man. Listen, big up Lionheart. And Marcel, I appreciate it, man. I'm the same. When I really like a channel, it doesn't matter what. I support the channel, man. You know what I mean? Especially if I know the person is cool and they're good and I support the channel. So I really appreciate you guys who come back and support the thing, man, We still have to remember, guys, that this is YouTube. This is YouTube, man. And too much expectations are placed on YouTubers, if you ask me. Because a lot of people raise the bar and their content quality and all of that. I did raise the bar. That is why I can still sit here and give you guys nice, crispy, video with my background and all of that. I need to do some update into the background and all of that. But still, it is what it is, man, It is what it is. Yeah, but yeah, man. Anyways, let's not go off topic too much though. Let's continue talking about these games. Ipswich 1, Southampton 2. I'm not gonna linger too much on this game, but Joe Rebo in the 21st minute, Liam Delap equalizer in the 31st, and then Paul Onuachu is finally scoring some goals. I think this is his second goal in the last couple games, 3 games or so. And he didn't score any Premier League goals before that. So big lanky Nigerian striker, pulled out the winner here for Southampton. Could Southampton still survive, guys? Listen, possibilities are endless. Anything is possible. They just need 4 back to... If Southampton manage to win 4 games on the trot, let me see their next fixtures. Let me see before I talk too quick. FA Cup, 4th round, coming up this Saturday. Burnley. All right. They could stay in the FA Cup. But they have Bournemouth, Brighton, Chelsea, Liverpool there. They're not going to win 4 on the bounce, but they have Wolves and Palace. So out of these six matches, Southampton, they got to try to win at least 3 of these games if they want to stay alive. They're capable. They're capable of getting something, because it's not that they haven't had some okay moments. There's been times they haven't played with luck, but there's also been times when they've just been shit, Just not want to sugarcoat nothing. They've been awful. But they managed to pull out the win. I didn't predict them to win, and they won it. And I feel bad for their manager, though. Juric. Yeah, that's his name, right? Ivan Juric. Yeah, he wear his heart on the sleeve, and he was happy. And I'm surprised that Tyler Diblin fit and not involved. So maybe he just have a way of doing things, and he's just trying some different things, and it worked. It worked because look, this player Wellington, he wasn't playing. Granbeck. I never heard of Wellington before that game, to be honest. I'm just keeping it real. Never heard of Granbeck. All the other players I know about, but I never heard of those guys. So maybe Juric just pulled this one out his ass. You know what I'm saying? Lallana fit again. You know what I mean? So let's see. Let's see how they continue, man. As for Ipswich, they're going through somewhat of a slump. You check the stats here. They're 19th, 4 losses on the bounce for Kieran McKenna's men. And when it looked like they were showing some promise and they looked like they were going to actually put up a fighting chance, they just got vacuumed back into the relegation scrap, where they've always been all season. So, yeah, with that being said, guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think that both Southampton and Ipswich are going back down in the championship, where I do think they belong? Because it's about the players you sign, though. You see, if you look around the squad, you could just tell if a team's going to survive. There's some quality around the squad, but there's not enough quality. Like Hutchinson is a neat little player, right? We know what Enchiso is capable of doing. He was just acquired, and the lap has really been good this season. But you look all around the field. Look around the field. That does not say survival. These are championship level players. These are championship level players. And the players that they recruited in terms of Calvin Phillips, who's been utmost shit since he left Leeds. Ben Johnson he was playing at West Ham. Just look around. Ben Godfrey, Norwich, and then he went to Atalanta. I think he's there on loan. Like, look at this mess. Philogene, he's bouncing around the place like a whore. They got some quality little players, but it's just not good enough. And Southampton, the same thing. These are not players that's really going to keep you up. Just look around. Just look around. And they are, Southampton, they are to be blamed. They think, you know what they think? Yeah, I'm going to just keep selling, and we're going to be all right. Look at how long Ralph Hasenhuttl kept Southampton in the league by the skin of their teeth. Barely. Ralph Hasenhuttl did that. Anyways, man, let's keep it moving. Big up to everybody in the chat right now. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. Break the thumbs up button, guys. I would definitely appreciate that. So, Wolves Villa, Midlands derby of some sort. Jean Rickner Bellegarde in the 12th minute. He smashed home that goal. And even though Aston Villa had ton load of chances, you could check the stats here. 10 shots, 3 on target, 69% of the ball. They had their opportunities, didn't take them. And Matheus Cunha to put the nail in the coffin in the 97th minute there. Breakaway, really good solo goal by Cunha though. Cunha, I think, is gone this summer though. He's going to go for some big money, however, because he just recently signed a new contract. But he's gone. He's gone. They can't hold him. You know what I mean? He might even end up in Saudi Arabia, for all I know. But good win for Wolves. I did predict this win, and that, you know, could help Wolves separate themselves from the relegation candidates there in Leicester, Southampton, and Ipswich Town. So we are going to keep it moving. I am not going to elaborate on this because I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. But if you guys have anything to say, let me know, man. So let me see. Yeah, you guys ain't have nothing to say. All right, I'll be shocked if Southampton win 2 more games this season. Southampton is gone, man. Stop with the false hope. Stop with the false hope, man. Oh, man. Yeah. Big up to Richard. Big up to Tanya in the house, man. Heidi, how are you doing? Heidi, you are dropping points like Man City, just like Man City. Yeah, I'm dropping some really good points, right? Big up everybody in the house right now, man. Nice to see the fam again, man. It's been a while. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that I haven't been going live. And one reason why I really haven't been going live too, like when I'm not down here, guys, I haven't came in this room. The last time I came in this room was the day, I think, early January. And before that, maybe a couple months, I didn't come in here at all. I just didn't come in here. But guess who's back? Back again. Anyways, so Abel in the house. You see, he can't believe it, man. He can't believe it. But anyways, guys, we are going to keep it moving. And in terms of the standings, Wolves are 17, 19 points. 2 points ahead of the drop zone. And for Aston Villa, they're 8th, 37 points on the board right now. So, and I know it's a big deal that Wolves beat Aston Villa. Guys, I should do a live talking about the, the transfer window. I should. But the thing is, what I could do going forward, right? What I could do going forward is I could try to do some live streams whenever I can. Like, whenever I see like there's an opportunity, I'm going to say, like, okay, I'm going to do a live stream. Even if it's a 1 hour live stream. just take some time to just do a live stream to just keep things consistent, you know. I don't want to make you guys false promises and stuff and don't keep them, but at least I'm trying. You see? So next up, guys, got a few games to talk about. Let's run through this one. Brentford 0, Spurs 2. As you guys can see, I'm wearing this Spurs hat right now. I've had this hat for quite a while, this beanie, right? And I said to myself, I ain't wearing this shit hat. I'm not wearing it because Spurs are garbage. But then today I'm like, you know what, man? Whatever, man. It's all entertainment. Whatever. I'm wearing the hat. It's a nice little beanie, you know what I'm saying? And Man City are like not doing well right now. So not like I could be like, yeah, I'm wearing the hat. I'm going to blight my team. Whatever, with the superstition. You know, so it's like, whatever. Just wear my damn beanie, man. But Spurs, they needed this win. They needed this win like a diabetic need their insulin, man. I'm telling you. And I predicted Brentford to win solely on the horrible form that Spurs have displayed recently. But Spurs do not, I don't think they have lost to Brentford for a while, though. Like, in terms of, there was a stat. Let me see if I could find it. There was a stat, but it's not there. It was a stat I heard that they haven't lost to them like away or something for a while, you know. But they went on to win the game, 2-0. Vitaliano own goal in the 29th and Pape Matar, a man from Senegal, in the 87th minute there to put the nail in Brentford's coffin. Brentford had a lot of chances in this game. 20 shots, 4 on target. Wissa and Buemo. I think there was a couple instances where the crossbar, the woodwork was hit. And talking Brentford, man, I remember when Ivan Toney was at Brentford. Oh, guys, you could it's okay for us to reminisce, you know? It's okay. But you know what I think? I think a lot of these players are going to go to Saudi Arabia. And they already, a few of them already start leaving. You know, they're going to go, they're going to collect their big money, and then they're going to leave. You see? So, especially the players who still got some time left. Not the older players who did that, you know, been there, done that. I expect guys like Mane and Mahrez and these guys to stay over there and keep making their money, you know. But I even saw Alan Saint-Maximin was linked with a move outside of Saudi. We lost a lot of players to these leagues, man. These big, lucrative leagues. We lost a lot of, entertainers as well. You think Saint-Maximin when he was at Newcastle, God damn. Guys, we could only reminisce. We could only freaking reminisce, man. We could only reminisce because it's like, So, big up to Albe Base. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. My regards to you and your family. Big City's going to a rough patch, but they'll come back to their feet next season. Well, let's see what happened, man. Let's see what happened. You know, shake my head. Brentford should have done better. They had chances, but in the end, they didn't take them. Yeah. Remember Oscar when he went to the Chinese League all them years ago? Yep. I think both Oscar and Ramirez left Chelsea and went to I think Ramirez went there too, you know? But I think these days, national teams, they don't really scrutinize that too much. They actually still pick players who are like in the Saudi League and so on, you know? But I think a lot of players screw themselves by, you know, in terms of their international careers by going to those rich leagues, lucrative leagues. So, big win for Ange Postecoglou and Spurs. They needed it. 13 shots, 2 goals, only, 2 on target. And they needed this win really bad, man. They needed it. So, you could see Spurs are 27 points. 4 losses in their last 5 games. They needed this win badly. They have 13 losses already this season. I think this is the most losses they've suffered at this point of any season, which is crazy. But I don't know, man. I still don't understand why players even join Spurs. I don't know why players think in their mind. I think I know why. They go there for a payday because you know you're not going to win any trophies. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It has not happened for a long time, and it does not seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. Well, unless they hold that lead against Liverpool in the what you call it, the Carabao Cup, right? Unless they do that. Let's check Spurs, and they got that game coming up pretty soon. That's this Thursday. Ooh, Anfield. Could Liverpool overturn that 1-0 deficit? I think they just might. You know. I think they just might, because listen, it's gonna be. Imagine you know what? You know, come to think of it, man, I would like to see a Tottenham Newcastle final. I would. But if it's a Liverpool Newcastle final, I think Liverpool might go on to win it. And then it could also be a Liverpool Arsenal final, and it'll be a good game, but it'll be like, yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. Like, I'm like, whatever, man. You know, not exciting in my opinion. So big up to the Lego dude who said first live stream in a while. Good to see you back. Indeed, man. Indeed. Nice to be back, man. Nice to be back. So big win for Spurs. Let's see if this would actually help them, get back in form and try to maybe even challenge for a Europa League place or something, or Europa Conference League. But they're in the Europa League, so they could also still win that competition. Let's see if they do. Who knows? And I have to do a stream on the European matches as well. I have to start doing a lot better, man. This is fun stuff, guys. This is fun stuff. This is something fun to do, to just chill and talk to other like-minded people around the world. Don't get me wrong. This is fun. This is a fun thing to do. But sometimes, people get into these things for the wrong reasons. They get into it for financial reasons, and then it don't work out, and then they don't want to do it anymore. You know what I mean? That's not the reason why I do this. I like money whenever I make money, but the reason I don't really put in a lot of time into my channel anymore is because, let's say, for example, I put in like 40 hours, right? Let's say I put in, not even 40. Let's say I put in 20 hours into the channel for the whole week, making videos, making thumbnails, interacting with subscribers in the comments. Let's say I put in 20 hours. Guys, I could use that same 20 hours and make a shitload of money. You see what I'm saying? That could help me in a lot of other aspects in life, instead of just doing the football videos and not making much money and then struggling to pay bills and stuff, or having to work a whole lot of overtime at my job. I don't want to do no overtime at my job. You know what I mean? This shit is draining. So there's some other things that I do. So yeah. But with that said, guys, Brentford, they are 11th. Their form has been a bit patchy this season. 9 wins, 4 draws, 11 losses. Very patchy form. But it's still decent. Still decent. You know what I mean? 31 points so far this season. They're not going to be relegated unless they stop picking up points altogether. But I think even if they stop picking up points, these teams down at the bottom might not even catch them. So they should be okay. And as for Spurs, they are 14th with 27 points. They needed that win badly, as I mentioned earlier. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to move on to the next game. Man United 0, Crystal Palace too. I predicted Crystal Palace to beat United because it's just easy to predict, man. It's just easy to predict these days. So the Lego dude will survive the drop, but in the drought, but we brought in Giga from Red Star as a new center back to show up the defense, and Munetzi from Reims. Lego dude, what's your club again? Wolves? Are you a Wolves fan? Are you a Wolves fan? I think you're a Wolves fan, right? I think you are. Yeah, Wolves. Yep, Wolves. So in this game, Jean-Philippe Mateta in the 64th and then again in the 89th. Listen, man. United listen. You know what United are? Let me tell you guys. I don't want to say it. I want to show you. I think I could show you. I think I could show you a lot better. This is what United is. This right here. This is United right here. This should be their badge. United should change their badge to this. Their crest. This should be United's crest. Right here. Let me show you guys. This should be United's crest. That right there. This. That should be their crest. All different kind of variations. This should be their crest, man, because this has been United for a while. You see, this has been United for quite a while. They're awful. Awful, man. Awful. It's like anybody could go to Old Trafford and pick up a win. Anybody. Anybody. And I'm going to just show you. I could show you better than I could tell you, right? Look. They're 13th, 29 points. Look at this. Look at their recent matches, right? Look at this. If you don't believe me, like if you just, if you're new to this dimension, look at this. Crystal Palace, 2-0. Brighton, 3-1. That's at Old Trafford, guys. That's at Old Trafford. Newcastle, 2-0. That's at Old Trafford. Let's keep going. Bournemouth, 3-0. That's at Old Trafford, guys. Let's keep going. There's more. Nottingham Forest, 3-2. That's at Old Trafford. I didn't even remember it was this many, but that's at Old Trafford. Look, and I'm pretty sure there's some more. I'm pretty sure there's one or two more left in there somewhere. Let's find it. Let's find it. There gotta be Spurs, 3-0, Old Trafford. There gotta be one more in there somewhere. Let's find it. Liverpool, 3-0, Old Trafford. Could we find any more? That's it. That's it for the season. But anybody just go there and they just pick up points, and we could go back to last season and we find a lot more examples of that. So you got to give it up to Oliver Glasner and Crystal Palace for picking up massive 3 points here against United. They've really gotten used to beating United, but it's important that you repeat. You rinse, you repeat, you continue picking up the points where the points are available, and this seems like it's an available 3 points for Crystal Palace. You see what I mean? This fixture here. So Lisandro Martinez did pick up a horrible injury in this game. He's going to be out for the rest of the season, so that's more problems for United. You know what I mean? No problems, man. Ask me if I care. I actually don't. But, you know what I'm saying? I love to see it. But at the same time, it's like, you know what I mean? When you analyze the football as a football, I'm not going to say an analyst, but a fan, an enthusiast. When you analyze things, you want to say, okay, if Man United are not doing well, and they bring in this player and that player, strengthen this department and that department, change the manager, you should see results, right? But no. It's the same results. Same results. So give it up to Palace. They went out there, they did their thing. Eze did not even start this game. Like, Palace didn't even throw out the big boys. Like, Palace didn't even went full strength on United. And if you look around their team, solid team. Solid team. Eze came off the bench. Wharton is fit again. You know, so good signs there for Palace. Nathaniel Klein off the bench. I don't even realize Klein still playing football. You know? But if you look at their bench, I haven't seen Jeffrey Slop kick a ball in a minute. But they brought in this youngster, Romain Esse, who scored in his last game. And there's a few unknown players on the bench as well. So, look, you look around this United team, it's just laughs and jokes. Delict, big money. Hoyland, big money. Joshua Zirkzee, you know. Christian Eriksen. These players who are not past their best. It's like some players who used to be good at their previous clubs just land up there at Old Trafford and they just garbage. Casemiro can't get a kick of the football. Victor Lindelof is still a man. Guys, I'm not even joking. I did not even notice. I thought Victor Lindelof left the club already. Was he injured for that long? Luke Shaw has been injured for. I didn't even realize Lindelof was still a Man United player. Like, god damn, man. Wow. Anyways, they got their ass beat. And it's becoming a very, very frequent thing. So, with that win, Palace are 30 points, and they got to 30 points this season before Manchester United. That alone should tell you how garbage you are. 29 points for United. They've lost 11 matches this season, at least not as many as Spurs, but they've lost 11 matches. Who knows? Man City might end up losing 11 games too. They only 4 games, away from that. So who am I to really talk, right? But still. Anyways, man, what are you guys saying in the chat? Big up everybody in here, man. So, Luke Shaw stealing for a living. Remember Phil Jones? Phil Jones was stealing for a living. Anthony Martial, all these guys stealing for a living, man. Dom, can you please talk about Eze and his disappearance from grace? I think Eze is still pretty good, Eze has had some good games. I think he's been dealing with some injuries, man. Oh, Schlupp went to Celtic today. And then he ends up hurting himself after his aggressive you're talking about Martinez. Yeah, Martinez. Martinez is an extremely dirty player, and his intent in these tackles are absolutely clear and visible to the naked eye. Abel, you're saying these things with some passion, my boy. Crystal Palace are the most consistent team in the Premier League. Total points total in the 40s for 10 years straight, going on 11. Tell me about it, man. I say this all the time. You could bank on Crystal Palace for finishing 13th every season. 13th to 15th every season. It might be you want to prove that? You want us to prove that since we're still on the Crystal Palace topic? Crystal Palace, last season. Let's go. Crystal Palace, last season. They finished 10th. God damn, they finished 10th last season. Wow. But the previous season, 11th. Oh, ooh. Previous season, 12th. Okay, they're 10 to 12 team. Okay. Yeah, you could bank on them finishing outside the top 10, though. 14. You could bank on them finishing outside the top 10 consecutively. Look. 14. You could just bank on them finishing outside the top 10. Look. 12. You see? That's just Palace for you, man. They just bask in mediocrity. Look, that's okay for them, man. It's just okay. That's okay for them. They remain, it's a business, guys. Remember that. You remain in the Premier League, you will continue collecting that money. Just stay in the league. And Palace is a clear example of that. Bam. Look at this. Not even that close to relegation. Safe. Palace are a safe club. They are a safe club. Let's just say that. They did finish 10th there. They are a safe club. Oh, with that being said, I actually met a Crystal Palace fan a couple days ago. So. Anyways, man. Big up to everybody in the live stream. Appreciate you guys coming through. Guys, please make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the stream. Share it with a friend. Michael is saying, I don't blame Amorim. They are not the players for his system. I blame the higher-ups for not understanding that his system and the players are like oil and water. But at the same time, you got to give Amorim some time. If you hire him with players that he didn't bring into the club, you got to give him time. So let's say the summer transfer window comes around. He is going to get rid of the players that he does not want to work with, and he's going to keep the players he want to work with and recruit new players. So when he mold the team in his image, I don't mean to be all biblical here, but when he does that, if he then goes on to fail, then you could sack him. You could sack him. You see? Damn, man, United still have a chance for Europa to make the Champions League. Well, fair enough. But is that going to happen? I doubt. So big up to Keith, who said, big up, Dom, you never walk alone, one game at a time for us. Indeed. So, guys, we are going to move on to the next game. United are struggling, and Crystal Palace are definitely doing well. Doing Crystal Palace things. 12th with 30 points. United are 13, 20, 29 points. So we have just a few matches to talk about. I think we only got 2 games to talk about. And I left these games for last for a reason. For a reason, you know what I mean? It's getting late, so let's finish off this stream. Don't want to be here super long. Let's talk about Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 2. Not going to stay super long on this because it's self-explanatory. I did expect Liverpool to go on to beat Bournemouth. If you check the recent history between these two clubs, Liverpool has been quite dominant. Of the recent fixtures, they've been very, very dominant. If you check the timeline here, Liverpool have extended their unbeaten run in the league to 19 games, winning 14, drawing 5. I'm going to read this with some freaking, like I'm mad at Liverpool for doing this. All right? I'm going to read it with some disgust. Liverpool extended their unbeaten run in the league to 19 games, winning 14 and drawing 5. While away from home, the Reds are unbeaten in 14 in the Premier League, winning 9 and drawing 5. Only from January 2019 to February 2020, 21 matches have they had a longer run without defeat on the road in the competition. I'm mad at this. Talk about consistency, man. Bournemouth suffered their first Premier League defeat since November against Brighton, ended their 11-game unbeaten run in the competition, winning 7 and drawing 4. Indeed, the Cherries have only lost 2 league games by 2+ goals this season, both of which have been to Liverpool, 3-0 in September and 2-0 today. So give it up to Liverpool, but also a lot of credit goes, to Bournemouth, because Bournemouth, they've been punching above their weight. At the beginning of the season, I called them the mini Barcelona. They even signed a former Barcelona player. They signed a player from Barcelona. You know what I mean? They have players like Kepa playing for them. They have a few former La Liga players in there. If you look around this team, right? I think one of their players are injured. They signed Neto. I think they had Neto. Neto was a Barcelona player, right? The bench is unrecognizable, guys, because a lot of their guys are out injured right now. But if you look around their team, the players that they got available, quality. And I'm going to go as far as to say this. Milos Kerkez should be a Liverpool player next season. Liverpool should sign Milos Kerkez. He's a quality left back. And in my opinion, Liverpool need to recruit a new left back, because Robertson, he ain't getting younger. He's not the same player he used to be. And you could see Kirk has got that fire. You know what I mean? He got that. He's fast. He got an eye for goal, and he's a very feisty player. Tsimikas is decent, but Tsimikas I don't think is your man. That's gonna be in a Kirkus is Kirkus, and he's still, I don't know how old is Kirkus. Kirkus is young. You see? Liverpool brace for transfer deadline day bids as interesting Miller's Kirkus developments emerges. Did he sign for Liverpool or not? Did he? I don't know. You know what I mean? Look, Liverpool plot move. You see? Liverpool should sign him. They should sign him. He's only 21 years old. You know, but this might be a summer move though. I don't think it happened, right, guys? It didn't happen, right? It didn't happen today. It didn't happen, right, guys? I don't think it happened. Bournemouth, big up to Low Fat, Mo Fat. What a name, man. City will let Liverpool win at the Etihad. This right here. Bournemouth have a bench of children, basically are still in contention for top 4. Impressive from the players who are fit and Iraola. Yeah, I've been saying that I need Iraola to be Man City's next manager, you know, when Pep leaves. But I don't think Kirk has went to Liverpool. Can't abandon the team so mid-season. Don't be like Kyle Walker, you know? Don't do Kyle Walker things. Anyways, Bournemouth near Liverpool 2. Mo Salah in the 38th minute from the penalty spot. And then very good goal in the 75th. You know, I was watching back the highlights. I watched the game, but I was watching back the highlights. And I was like, damn you, Salah. You make it look so freaking easy. When City are struggling to score goals, you make it look so damn easy, man. You make it look so easy, Mo Salah. And it's a shame. It's a shame that Salah's contract situation isn't sorted out yet. But I think what it is with these situations, right? Salah wants more pay and a certain I have not been following the saga and I have not been reading, but I'm just going to go from my understanding of what happens in these kind of situations, right? When players are at a certain age, players want guarantees. If I'm going to stay at the club, I want a 3-year, a 2-year, or a 3-year contract extension with this amount of money. Let's say I'm making $350 a week. I want $375 or $400 with 2 years or 3 years. But then the club says, I don't know. You know what? We could give you 1 year the most. But then the player's like, nah, I need more guarantees than that. You see what I mean? But then the club would say, okay, we could give you 3 years, but we're gonna have to reduce your salary to $275. So you're gonna be at the club, but you're gonna get paid less, but you're gonna have more years. And I think that's what it is. That's what's going on with Mo Salah right now. But if Liverpool are smart, give Salah what he wants. Just give him what he wants. I know you can't always bend and fold for players, but this is a legend, man. This is a legend. And I think Liverpool are going to go on to win the title this season. If Liverpool goes on to seal the title, you want to have Mo Salah. Mo Salah is still in his prime, basically. He's still playing well because he's still scoring a lot of goals. He's consistent. You see, Marcel is saying the Egyptian king, Mr. Consistent. Salah is still scoring goals. So why not keep him at the club? What are you going to do? Get rid of Salah and bring in somebody else? Oh, because you don't want to give him a certain amount of money? Keep him at the club. You know, he's a loyal employee. He's productive. He bringing results for the team. Keep him at the club for as long as you can, as long as he's performing and performing levels are high. Keep him at the club and keep cashing in as a team, as a business. But no, you want to be stingy. What? How much you gonna lose? A few million? A couple million by paying him what he wants? And then losing him on a free? And then going on to take millions of dollars or millions of pounds to buy a player who may not produce the same results as Mo Salah. Make it make sense here. You see? So you have Salah, you have Van Dijk, you have Trent. Lock these guys in. Lock them in for a few more years. Keep winning trophies, which is going to in turn make the club more money, and then you're not even going to feel the money that you're paying them on the contract extensions. You're not even going to, they want more money. You're not even going to feel it. You know what you're going to feel? When you go and spend millions on a player that's going to flop, like Liverpool have done countless of times in the past. And I could name player after player that they signed back in the days who flopped, waste the money. Few players come to mind: Christian Benteke, Mario Balotelli. A lot of wasted money. Recent player, you could maybe throw a Naby Keita in there. I know Liverpool fans might argue and say, oh, Naby this, Naby. Naby Keita was stealing at Liverpool for a living. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. But anyways, big win for Liverpool against an informed Bournemouth. Bournemouth been chopping down some big teams. They say small axe, chop down big tree. That's what Bournemouth has been doing. So big up to Andoni Iraola and his boys, punching above their weight, performing at high levels, even with a heavily depleted squad. And I would also like to give a lot of credit to Arne Slot. Give it up. Listen, let me tell you something, guys. You see this guy right here? You see this bald head guy right here? This guy deserves a lot of credit, man. This is a serious man right here. This guy deserves a lot of credit. What he was doing over in the Dutch league. Where did Liverpool get him from? Feyenoord? Listen, this guy did big things at Feyenoord. Let's take one. Let's do a little honest slot segment here. The man name is Arend Martin Slot. Arend. All right, get the man name right. Arend Slot. Okay. The man name is Arend Slot. This is. But Slot. To be honest, let me say this. Slot. If you grow that facial hair, if you grow out that beard and that mustache, oh my God. Oh man. It'll be even more, legendary stuff, Slot. Grow out the thing, man. Grow out the thing. Right now, you're looking wild with the baby face. You're looking wild with the baby face, man. You know what I mean? You look like you're 23 years old. Anyways, listen, grow out the mustache, grow out the beard, leave the head bald. You see what I'm saying? And the look gonna be different. You see what I'm saying? Think about it, guys. Just think about it. Anyways, give it up to Slot. He hit the ground running at Liverpool. Feyenoord. What he did at Feyenoord. Let's go down to what he did at Feyenoord, right? We're looking at honors. Feyenoord, the Eredivisie in 22-23, and the KNVB Cup the next season. So he did the damn thing at Feyenoord. And if you his statistics at Feyenoord, he was at AZ Alkmaar for a little while there. He lost 10 matches, won 32, win percentage of 55. He was at Cambuur, another Dutch league, 61% win ratio. The man Listen, man, the man went to Feyenoord and bettered that. Won 50 games, only losing 23, winning 98. Okay? Having a goal difference of 194. Mad stuff. And then the man went to Liverpool and upped it to 77% win ratio. Only losing 3 games so far. 3 games. Only 3 losses so far. Who did Liverpool lose to? Liverpool lost to Nottingham Forest. They lost to Spurs. And they lost to PSV the other day, right? I think that's it. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy that I remember Liverpool's losses this season. Not like I've been watching all the games. I haven't been watching all the games, guys. This is nuts. You got to give it up to Slot. The man has slotted in perfectly. Perfectly. You see? And it's proven that it's not, Liverpool did not take a gamble on Slot. No, yeah, pun intended. Pun intended all the way. Pun intended, man. Pun intended. Pun definitely intended. Listen, pun intended. Your boy is back. Pun intended, man. Listen. Sorry if I surprised you with that firebomb there. But what Slot, not Clot, Slot has done? Nuclear. Okay? So let's give credit when credit is due. And give the man his flowers, man. Give him his flowers. Liverpool should go on to win the title. 56 points after 23 matches. 6 points ahead of Arsenal with a game in hand. If they draw against Everton, let's just say they draw, it'll be 7 points. Liverpool should not allow Arsenal to catch them. It should not. The way they've been playing, they should not. Listen. If you look at Liverpool's team, many players are not having a bad game, a bad season. If you look around the team, you could argue that, yeah, some players could contribute more in terms of their output, in terms of goals and assists or whatnot. But you look around the team, it's been, listen. Look, I know, like, Luis Diaz, I think maybe could be a little bit more consistent. But the man's playing out of position, first and foremost. You know what I mean? Gakpo has been on fire this season. Szoboszlai, I think, been a bit inconsistent. I think he could score a bit more goals, provide more assists. Because Salah has been, doing that. Salah has been basically carrying the team in terms of goals and assists. But Gravenberch and McAllister, these guys have been solid in their defensive midfield positions. They're not scoring goals. That's not what they're in the team for. But they're doing their job. They're protecting the right back, the left back, whenever they run forward. I think, in my opinion, I think the weakest performer this season for Liverpool, and I know you guys might look, these guys are not in the conversation. Endo and Nunes is a striker, and then Slot's playing Luis Diaz, because the way Luis Diaz is such a good player that why have him on the bench when you could just play him as a false 9 or play him out of position. Darwin Nunes might be clutch off the bench. Curtis Jones been playing well. Bradley off the bench been playing well. Everybody when they get a chance have been playing well. So the weakest link for Liverpool this season, in my humble opinion, and you guys may not agree with it, it's Ibrahima Konate. It's not Trent, it's not Robertson, is Ibrahima Konate, in my opinion. And that's even harsh because not like Liverpool been suffering because of, you know, certain players' poor performances. But I've seen some, suspect things from Konate this season. I'm just saying. Maybe you guys agree, maybe you don't agree. Drew P is saying Robbo is the weak link. But I have seen, I have seen that. So big up to Ifa Kerr. He's saying you're not interacting with your chat. Hey man, I've been interacting with the chat. But at the same time, I have to also focus on what I'm doing. If I interact with the chat for the whole time, I won't get through the games and I'll be here all night. And I'm not really trying to do that. I have been definitely interacting with the chat. So big up to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys coming through. Big up to Ifwa Kerr who's saying good morning. Big up to you. And Juppy saying Arsenal scrubbed y'all up. Yeah, we got that. You know what I'm saying? We got that. Without a doubt. I'll take that. Definitely take that. So Ibrahima Konate is playing hurt. Well, there you go. I'm only identifying the weakest link in my opinion. So if he's playing hurt, I think that is a very, very good analysis that I just did there. Anyways, man, Liverpool on top of the table. Bournemouth, they doing well, punching above their weight. And I think they could have done a lot better in this game because Clivert had a good chance that he missed. Open goal, basically. Semenyo smashed into the woodwork. There was a few other look-ins. I think Davy Brooks had scored, but the goal got chalked off. There was a few other instances. They went out there and they give a good account for themselves. Let's just say that. If you check the stats, they had 14 shots, 3 on target, 49% of the ball. So not like if Liverpool just played them off the park. It was a good game. It was a competitive game, but Liverpool was just the more clinical team on the day. So kudos to the Reds, and also big shout outs to the Cherries. 40 points this season, 7th in the league. And guys, last but not least, man, the elephant in the room. Let's address it and end today's live stream. Arsenal 5, Manchester City 1. Let me say this, man. This has been one of the most embarrassing losses that I've witnessed in a long time. And I'm talking about the Pep Guardiola era, Manchester City. There haven't been a lot of losses, and there haven't been a lot of blowouts like this. There's been a few really painful losses over the season that I can recall, like that really hurt me. Few losses that come to mind, of course, the Champions League loss in the final, Champions League final loss against Chelsea. That one really felt like someone in the family died. For real. The next morning I was like, God damn, I feel awful. And then the loss in the Champions League against Lyon, Champions League loss against Spurs, the one against Liverpool, in the knockouts, a few league losses, like when we lost to like Wolves, a few losses against like Crystal Palace, and when I went to Anfield to watch the Liverpool Man City game, we lost that game. That felt kind of weird. Thank you, Mo Salah. Thank you, João Cancelo. Thank you too. And yeah, it just felt weird, man. You know what I'm saying? That loss was just embarrassing. The loss against Arsenal. And I'm wearing the Spurs hat because just because I'm a football fan. That's why I'm not. I never wear it, so I just figured I'd wear it today for just, for fun, whatever. People are gonna say whatever they want to say, but this was embarrassing. This loss was embarrassing because not like we played badly at first. We didn't. We didn't. The last two games, defensive errors, man. What is going on? Defensive errors early on in the game. Kusanov against Chelsea. Okay, we came back, we won the game. And then Manuel Akanji. Akanji is beginning to annoy the shit out of me, Seriously. He's really beginning to annoy me, man. He's beginning to annoy me. Seriously. I know he's been solid since we signed him. We won the title both years. But he's annoying me these days, man. He just keep passing the ball back to the goalkeeper. Passing the ball back to the defender. Pass the ball up forward or blast it up the field if you don't have anywhere to pass it. If you have no options, kick with the ball. John Stones annoying the hell out of me, man. It's like these guys have no options. They're not holding their head up. They're not swiveling. They're not looking at their options. They're not sharp. They're not sharp enough. I remember over the last few seasons, watching City, right? And when we have Edison in goal, who is a ball-playing goalkeeper, it's like having a 12th player on the field, right? 12 outfield player. And, well, having an 11th outfield player, I should say. Corrected, right? Confidence. We just passed the ball back there. Edison he had a few hiccups, but Edison would seamlessly find another player, whether he chipped it to the player, whether he blasted up the field to Haaland or whoever's striking. But we didn't have that problem. But now every time we're playing the ball back to the goalkeeper and passing the ball back in the defense, I'm nervous. I'm like, God damn, just do some Sean Dyche stuff and kick the ball up the field, man. Just kick it up the field, man. Do something different because this is hurting us. This is hurting us. But at the same time, you have to give Arsenal a lot of credit for their pressing. And you got to give David Raya a lot of credit because, okay, Arsenal scored first through Odegaard. But if Raya didn't pull off those two big saves that he pulled off, Man City would have gone up and scored two, gone in the lead, and who knows what could have happened from there. But it didn't happen. Okay, Arsenal played well. Raya pulled off some good saves. We didn't take the chances. And that's the thing that's been hurting City as well. They have not been taking their chances. Chance after chance after chance, but not taking their chances. And I don't understand what's going on because when I'm watching other teams are taking their chances. Teams are playing against us and taking their chances, but we just can't seem to take our chances. I know in the last maybe 5 games we've been scoring a lot of goals, but in the slump that we went through, November, December, I don't know. We were creating chances, just can't score. And then the defense, the fact that the defense is like a big gaping hole, free for all to run behind and score, it's making matters even worse. Thomas Partey from distance. I think that got deflected off John Stones, right? We scored, right? We scored. We equalized. Tell me why. Okay, we equalized. Why can't we just have some game management? Game management and hold the position that we're in for a while and then try to up the ante and go ahead. It's probably immediately after right after kickoff. 55th minute goal from Haaland, 56th minute goal from Partey. Come on. We could do better than that. and then the floodgates would just open. Miles Lewis Skelly annoyed the shit out of me because then he went and pulled off the Erling Haaland celebration. Because I think I read somewhere. When you're watching these games on your phone and you're out there, you're doing a lot of things and you're watching the games, you don't see every single thing. But then I heard that Haaland asked Skelly who he is. Like he didn't know who he was. And that's why he pulled out the Erling Haaland celebration. And Kai Havertz scored. Kai Havertz should have scored earlier in the game too. He should have scored earlier. He threw away the goal. And then Nwaneri comes off the bench to further embarrass us. This was embarrassing. This should have never been a 5-1 defeat. I could understand a 2-1, or even maybe a 3-1, but 5, man? 5? This just shows how bad Man City has gotten in defense. It just shows how one player missing. It's like a house of freaking. It's like a house made of. It's like a house made from. It's like a house made from popsicle sticks right now. You pull one out and the whole thing fall down. Cause that's what happened with Rodri. Rodri got injured against Arsenal. And then things were fine. I'm like, okay, we don't have Rodri and we're still winning. And then bam! Bam! Like a house of cards. Everything just fell flat. I'm like, Jesus, Lord. What is going on here? But, City, throwing money at the problem. Throwing a lot of money at the problem, I know we're going to come in for some criticism here. People like Mark Goldberg and Robbie Lyle, amongst others, are probably going to say, yeah, look at City throwing money at their problems. Signing 4 players. Latest being Nico Gonzalez. Look, Nico Gonzalez was at Barcelona. And he had a good start to his Barcelona career. And then he went to Porto. That was kind of confusing. I can't remember the circumstances around him going to Porto. It might be managerial changes, Barcelona needing to sell players to recoup money. But I haven't been watching Porto. But I heard that the guy is very good these days. That's what I heard through the grapevine. Sorry for not really staying up to, date with things. But we signed a few more unproven players like Kushanov and Vitor Reis, the young Brazilian, right? And we also signed Omar Mamouche, a player I'm very excited about, Very, very excited about Omar Mamouche. Where in this game, I've seen a few opportunities where he could have been played in behind and it didn't happen. So listen, man. Arsenal, they did their thing defensively. They kept us at bay. They kept us, quiet. They scored when they had their opportunities and they won the game fair and square. I don't have any excuses or complaints. We just, we just basically like a whore available for everyone to come and fuck, basically, right now. Sorry for the language. But that's what it is. That's exactly what it is right now. Can't put it any other way. You know what I mean? We have Mateus Nunes playing as a right back when we have defenders. You know what I mean? I think this would have been a perfect opportunity. Look at what Arsenal are doing, right? Miles Lewis Skelly is actually higher in the pecking order above Ricardo Calafiori. Look at this, right? Arsenal got Kieran Tierney on the bench. I think Tierney probably went to Celtic, right? I think Tierney went to Celtic. But they have Zinchenko, who's a left back. They have Calafiori, who's a left back. They could have even put Timber at left back and put Partey at right back if they wanted, and play Mikel Merino there. But Arteta plays Skelly. He says, Skelly, go out there and do your thing, man. Go out there and do your thing. Why couldn't Pep Guardiola do the same with bringing in a young player from the academy and putting him there? I don't know where Vitor Riech play. I don't know. I've never watched the player. Never watched him. Never. First time I heard of him when we signed him. 30 million pounds. What the hell does he do? I don't know. He's a center back. Does he play at right back? I don't know. But maybe we could have tried him there. Because I know Núñez had some good moments, but if you're playing a midfielder, an attacking midfielder at right back, might as well you throw in a center back there and say, go do your thing, man. Go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Go do your thing. Go ahead. Try something. Because you're already trying something. We have Rico Lewis, who is a right back. Play him. You see what I'm saying? Play him. John Stones maybe should not. I would have played Kushanov again. I would have played. Go Kushanov, go. Baptism of fire last week. You're going again. You see what I'm saying? So by not playing him, you're kind of saying to him like, yeah, you fucked up last week. You didn't do well. Yeah, you're not playing this week. You see? I don't know what Pep be thinking sometimes. And then you have Kevin De Bruyne coming on mad late. As soon as Arsenal went 2-0 up, not 2-0, as soon as they went 3-1 up, Kevin De Bruyne should have came on. Maybe even they went 2-1 up, should have brought her. You have Grealish. I was like, at the end of the game, I'm like, you have Grealish, and Grealish can't even feature in a match where we're losing 5-1, and you can't bring on Grealish to help us? I don't know, man. I don't know. We are so deep in the mud this season. So deep in the mud. Uncharacteristic season. And I know a lot of people love it. I see Michael is saying here, Michael, you think I don't see? Going to be 115 more losses coming soon. Michael, let me tell you something, Michael, all right? If you want you and I to be cool, don't rub it in, bro. I know. We all know what's going on. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to rub it in. You don't have to rub it in, bro. You know what I mean? You're cool. You're cool. Don't rub it in. You feel me? You don't have to rub it in, man. Criticism. You mean Pep system being spent a ton of money to buy the best possible players without the absolute best players? Pep is useless as tits on a bull. Man. Listen, you have a point, man. You have a point, but the thing is, right? Some people, that's just how they roll. That's just how they roll, because if you look at Pep, right? When Pep started his managerial career at Barcelona, right? Let me explain this to you, Michael. Michael, if you don't know, right? I don't know. Maybe sometimes I might come off stupid. I don't know. Or maybe people might think I'm stupid. But I'm a very intelligent. I would like to believe that I'm a very intelligent person, right? Let's look at this, right? Barcelona. Pep Guardiola. First team, right? First season. Let's look at this. It's first season. Pep Guardiola's first season. Let's try to 08, 09, right? Let's look at this. Let's see. All right. Let me explain this to you, right? And let me show you something. Michael. Since you sound like a very smart guy. When you start your managerial career with these players, we know Valdez. You know what I'm saying? We played the FIFA games. We watched the games over the years, right? These are the best of the best. Cáceres, best of the best from Uruguay, right? Gerard Piqué. These guys are legends. Rafa Marquez. We know these guys are legends, right? Puyol, Xavi. When you see a name that's not a legend, I'll stop, right? Icelandic legend, right? Good Johnson, Iniesta, Eto, Messi, Bojan Kirkes. He was a wonder kid. This guy, I don't know this guy too much, but I don't know him. But maybe he has a story of his own, right? Thierry Henry, Sekou Keita. These guys, listen. Silvinho, Gabriel Milito. Look at these names. Alexander Hleb. You have Dani Alves, Eric Abidal, Yaya Toure. This guy I don't know. Pedro. Pedro is still playing. 21-year-old Pedro, a 20-year-old Sergio Busquets, right? When you start out, right? When you start out your managerial career with these players, these are the players that left the club when he came, right? Look at the quality of players that left as well. Look at the players that's left. Look at that. Look at who left when he came. It's a lot of quality, right? When you start out your managerial career with this, it's like starting out new license and you're driving a freaking Mercedes Benz. When you get that Mercedes Benz feel and you're driving that big Benz, you think that you want to go from driving a Mercedes Benz to driving a Toyota Corolla. Think about it. And this is what he's been doing year after year. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, the best of the best players he's been working with. Clubs, well, Barcelona at that time could afford the best players. Bayern could afford the best players. Man City, even more, lucrative, And you think that he's not going to use his resources? It's like saying you got money, but then you still want to enjoy the struggle. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So when you want to criticize a manager and say, oh, this, that, and the third, if he doesn't have money, listen, that's just the type of manager he is. And I think that's the type of manager he will always be. Pep Guardiola is not going to sign for a club like, let's say, and I'm not even going to bring up a Premier League club because the Premier League clubs got money, right? But let's say Pep Guardiola go back to Spain and let's say manage a team like Alaves, or Valladolid. You know what I mean? One of them teams. You think that's going to happen? What do you think? That's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. It is not going to happen, man. This is just what Pep is. This is what Pep is. But at the same time, Michael, there has also been managers who threw a lot of money at players season after season after season and failed. Look at Arsenal. Look at Arteta. How many seasons have Arteta managed at Arsenal? How much money has he thrown at players? What does he have to show for it? One FA Cup title. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. You see what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. They all throw money at it. They all throw money at it. How much money has Liverpool thrown at players in the Premier League era and only won one Premier League title? I'm just saying. So if the man knows what he's doing with the players that he's bringing in, you got to give him credit. Because there are managers who are doing the same thing and not getting the results. So give the man the credit. Give him the credit. Because you've seen how he's improved players season after season after season. When players are not doing well and you guys laugh and play, ha, 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 ha. Look at this player. Oh, what? Look at Rodri. Ha, Rodri is garbage. Fabinho is better than Rodri. And look at, where's Fabinho today? Where's Rodri? Ballon d'Or. I'm just saying. Everything is subjective, of course, but I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So, guys, not trying to make the live stream super long. It's already 10 o'clock. It's past my cutoff time because I got to go up and eat something. And I also got to shower and go to sleep. So, yeah, don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but this is why I miss the live streams, you know. So we could have these type of discussions. But it has been a nice one. It has definitely been a nice one. What do we have next in terms of Premier League football? We got an FA Cup, we got a Carabao Cup coming up, and of course we have the next few Premier League fixtures. Might be the week after. So this is what the Premier League have coming up for us. Liverpool, Everton. Not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday. So we have no Premier League football for a good week. Then on the weekend, Friday, we have Brighton, Chelsea. Leicester host Arsenal. West Ham, Brentford in the London derby. A South Coast derby between Southampton and Bournemouth. Aston Villa play Ipswich. Man City would host Newcastle United. Fulham play Nottingham Forest. Crystal Palace take on Everton. Both teams in good form right about now. Liverpool will host Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Tottenham Hotspur would host Manchester United in efforts to pull off the league double this season. So guys, appreciate you guys tuning in to yet another one. Big up everybody. Big up everybody. Listen, man, Michael, it's all, you know, in good. Everything is in good faith. We have to agree to disagree with each other, and we're gonna we're gonna argue. We're gonna maybe not see eye to eye, but you know it's all in good faith. You know what I mean? You could say whatever you want to say, but make sure when you're doing it, you're not doing it with malice. You see? That's all, man. That's all. So, Michael said, love it. Been watching you for a few years. Definitely appreciate that, man. So, big up to Elijah Lawson. So, Dom, what do you think of our transfer window? I like the transfer window, though, but I think we should have gotten, we should have got a right back. I think we should have brought in another player, a right back. You know, so, yeah. So, guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Let me know your thoughts down below. And let me know if you definitely want more live streams. I'm going to try to do more and more live streams in the future for sure. Like I've always been promising, but this time I think I'm going to try to be more consistent, guys. I have the setup. I invested a lot of money into this thing, into this setup, the best of the best mic, the best of the best camera, lighting, computers, everything, man. I got the setup here, guys. I got the setup. All I need to do is give you that work. But thanks a lot for watching yet another video. I don't know if I did this already. I think I did this already. But I'm your boy now. Until next time. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.